What's up guys and welcome back to On the Brick with another minifig showcase. Before we get into today's minifig, I just want to apologize for last week. Apparently this isn't Wolf, this is just a normal wolf pack torso with a wolf helmet. You would think with him being my favorite commander I would have realized that, but nope. Thank you to everyone who very respectfully pointed that out to me though. Today, I have for you what I'm calling the Ultimate Edition of Bo Katan. Congratulations to Coco for being the very first to figure that out. I'm genuinely surprised that a few of you got this. As one of you pointed out, the Spanish word for mouth is in fact boca, and being out in the sun too long is tan. Put the two together, you get Bo Katan or Bo Katan. This particular version does come from CloneArmyCustoms, but as you can tell, it also has elements from the Cape Cantina. Bo Katan is easily one of the most well-known Mandalorians, having appeared in the Clone Wars, Rebels, and The Mandalorian. She was, in fact, the leader of the Night Owls, and would actually become the leader of Mandalore itself, though apparently that didn't last long. During the Clone Wars, Bo Katan's sister, Satine, ruled as Duchess of Mandalore, and Bo Katan did not like her sister's pacifist teachings. She was also involved in one of the single best arcs of the Clone Wars, which I would highly recommend anyone watches, because Bo was also part of a group called Death Watch, which was found out and then exiled. However, Bo Katan and Pre Vizsla both found out about Darth Maul and Savage Opress and wanted to retake Mandalore, which was ultimately successful until Maul was Maul and took the power for himself. At this point, Bo did not accept his power though. This ultimately led to a civil war on Mandalore and eventually the invasion from the Republic, which again is one of the best arcs in the Clone Wars. Obviously the Republic turned into the Empire and Bo Katan was heavily against the Empire, eventually, like I said, becoming ruler of Mandalore and uniting her people in a fight against them. However, the Empire did not take this kindly, and as far as we can tell, the Mandalorians were all but wiped out. If for some reason you have not seen Mandalorian Season 2, that's where I'm going to end this. I really don't want to spoil that, and you should just go watch it. Mandalorians are one of my favorite people in Star Wars. I don't know if I have an actual favorite Mandalorian specifically, but Bo Katan is definitely near the top of the list. Not like there's that many on the list anyway. But this is a figure that I wanted to get for quite a while, and I think CloneArmyCustoms did a fantastic job with them. One reason I actually really like Mandalorians is that their armor is a little unique. It's not the same clone armor again and again. Weirdly enough, there isn't actually that much depth to this particular armor, but I still think the details are well worth it. I love the different colors, and I love how he has scratched up some of it to make it look like it's a little war-torn. This is, of course, 360-degree printed, and that shows very well. One of my favorite things about this figure is all the details on the arms here. You can see the crests and the weapons, and I just love how much detail CloneArmyCustoms always puts into their figures. The back here is supposed to carry a jetpack, and I will show you that in just 1 second, but because you're supposed to have the jetpack, that's why there's nothing really back here. It's pretty plain. Also, I just wanted to point out that the other arm is in fact different as well and has different details, which is awesome. Every time I make a video about a Mandalorian from CloneArmyCustoms, I will have to talk about the helmets because, in my opinion, I really like these. But I also know that a lot of people don't and prefer the real LEGO versions. In just 1 second, I will be comparing this to the official LEGO version, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I really do prefer CloneArmyCustoms version much more. In my opinion, it looks so much nicer. However, like I said, this is the ultimate version, so I have now put on the rangefinder and also the jetpack in the back, something which I do think really does complete this figure. I don't actually remember whose jetpack this is, because I did get it separately. When you buy the figure, it does come with a jetpack for free, but I liked how this one looked better, so I switched it out. And before I put the cloths back on, here is the comparison between the Clone Army Customs version on the left and the real LEGO version on the right. And like I said, I actually much prefer the Clone Army Customs version. I do think that the official LEGO version is still a really nice minifigure, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with it. I just prefer the Clone Army Customs version, and I do think the helmet looks nicer. The official one looks a little squished. Even if the CAC one is missing some details, I still just think it looks nicer. Especially since the swirly parts on the official LEGO version aren't supposed to be that visible. They're quite muted, actually. But yeah, you know, and if you prefer the official LEGO version, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. All the power to you there. As you saw in the beginning though, I did buy the cape set from the Cape Cantina to really complete this figure, and I do think it looks really, really nice with this. Obviously it hides all the details, but I still really like this. I will say that the Cape Cantina cloths are a little much in two aspects. First, you can extremely clearly see the Cape Cantina logo on the underside there, which really does take away from this, and honestly, it just sucks that they do that, and I wish they didn't. And second, there's like 7 or 8 different folds for the cloth, which really does stick the head up a little bit more than I would like. But it still looks really cool. And that's it for this Bo Katan. There's not going to be a clue for next week's minifigure because it is another Mandalorian that is just 100% custom. It doesn't have a name and no one knows that I even have it, so it wouldn't be fair to make you guys guess. I would really appreciate it if you considered commenting anyway, liking this video, and subscribing if you liked what you saw. And if you haven't already, go ahead and check me out on Instagram, Discord, or even on Patreon, where you could get shoutouts like Jonathan and Project Elements. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.